Hi students, welcome to the science class. In today's class, we are going to study about the lesson fiber to fabric. So in this lesson, we are going to study about what is fiber and what is fabric and what the fabric will be made up of. I got understood. So I am going to start this lesson with one activity. Go to the weaving shop or cloth shops. In that cloth shop, some of the cut pieces of the cloths are present. You have to collect that cut pieces of the cloths, and you have to take different types of the cloths like the sweater and the cotton cloth and that the wool cloth and also and that the jute cloth it is nothing but the bag is made up of a jute. You have to take some different types of the cloths, isn't it? And then you have to make it rub with your hand, that pieces of the cloths you have to take that piece of the cloth and rub it to your hand. So clearly observe, some of the threads are comes on the pieces of the cloths. You have to pull one thread from that any cloth. You have to pull one thread from any cloth, and again you have to rub the one thread of that cloth into your hand. Keenly observe, some of the strands are present in the cloths, in the thread. Some of the strands are present, but you have to remember here that entire cloth will be made up of that yarns, isn't it? But what that yarn is made up of, have you got understood? What is that yarn is made up of? We are going to study in this lesson. That is under the fiber to fabric. That is nothing but the fabric is made up of yarns arranged together. That cloth, it is nothing but a fabric. A piece of cloth, it is nothing but a fabric, and that fabric is made up of arrangement of yarns. Arrangement of yarns. That yarns will be arranged. Due to the arrangement of the yarns, we get a piece of cloth. Have you got understood? Fabric is made up of yarns arranged together. How they are going to arranged together? Clearly see the fabric. The yarns are arranged very closely. Have you got understood? They are attached one together. By arranging the yarns one together, we get a piece of cloth. But when you are going to rub the yarns to your hand, some of the branches are present. When some of the branches you are going to see small branches, that is nothing but the strands. When you are going to rub the yarns to your hand, imagine that you are going to do the one activity with the small pin. You want to pass the yarn through the eye of the pin, but sometimes it is not impossible to pass the yarn through that eye. Why? Because the yarn will be divided there, because the strands are present that divides that the branches which are present in the yarn. When you are going to rub the yarn with your hand, that branches are nothing but the strands, that are the strands of the yarn. Have you got understood? And these strands are made up of the fibers. That the strands which are present on the yarn are nothing but these are made up of the fibers. See clearly here, a fabric is made up of the yarn. The continuous arrangement of the yarn, we get that as a fabric, and that yarn is made up of the strands. When you are going to take a simple one thread of the fiber, when you are going to rub that thread to your hand, some of the branches we are going to see there. That branches are nothing but the very small branches that are called as a strands, and that strands are made up of fibers. I got understood that strands are made up of fibers. But how we are going to get the fibers? See here, fabrics like cotton, silk, jute and wool are obtained from plant and animal fibers. I got understood. See here, that fibers we are going to obtain that fibers from the plants, from the animals. I got understood. So that fibers are made up of that are obtained from the plants or animals. See here, that fabrics like cotton, silk, jute and wool are obtained from the plant or animals, and they are called as a natural fiber. So when you are going to see the cotton fabric, That cotton fabric is made up of cotton yarn, and that yarn will be made up of cotton fiber, and that cotton fiber will be get from cotton plant. I got understood? When you are going to wear the silk fabric, the silk fabric is made up of silk fibers. That silk fibers are obtained from cocoon of the silkworm. Cocoon of the silkworm. We get the silk from cocoon of the silkworm, isn't it? Therefore, the fabrics which we are going to obtain from the plant and animals are going to be called it as a natural fibers. So here, see here once again, fabrics like cotton, silk, jute and wool are obtained from the plant or animals and are called it as a natural fibers. The fibers that are obtained from the plants and animals are called it as a natural fibers. For example, here cotton fiber, it is a plant, it will be obtained from the cotton plant, and the jute fiber, that jute fiber will be obtained from jute plant, and wool fiber will be obtained from wool. The wool, it is nothing but the pieces, that is it will be obtained from the ships. It is a hair like structure which are present on the ships, some of the animals, that is nothing but the wool. And another one is here silk. The silk will be obtained from silkworm, the cocoons of the silkworm. So that will be seen here now. The cotton and jute are obtained from the plants. These are the plant fibers. And next here, silk is obtained from the cocoons of the silkworm. The silk, the fiber of the silk, that fiber will be obtained by the silkworm, cocoons of the silkworm. And wool is obtained from the fleece of the sheep or goat. Wool is obtained from the fleece. Fleece is nothing but a hair-like structure present on the skin of the sheep and goats. The hair-like structure, the hair-like structure which is present on the sheep or goat, it is nothing but the fleece. The fleece, we are going to use this fleece to convert into a wool. So wool fabric is made up of, it is obtained from the fleece of the sheep and a goat. Fibers are made from chemicals are called it as a synthetic fibers. So when you are going to see in your home, you are going to get some of the fabrics. You are going to get some of the cloths. For example, you get the cotton cloth and you get the silk cloth. They are easily classified. And also when you are going to see some bags, sacks, the sacks which we are going to use for to store the grains, big sacks, and also you see your bags. Clearly see your bag is also made up of very thin yarns. Your bag is also made up of very thin yarns. But where that yarns are from, which we are going to obtain that yarns are not a plant yarns, or that are not a plant products and that are not a animal products. But how we are going to get that yarns, that are nothing but we are going to get that bag yarns are by the chemicals. See here, the fibers which are made from the chemicals are going to call it as a synthetic fibers. For example, polyester, nylon, these are the synthetic fibers. What are synthetic fibers here? The fibers which are made from the chemicals are called it as a synthetic fibers. Example for the synthetic fibers are polymers and a nylon. So what are natural fibers? The fibers which are obtained from plant and animal products are known as a natural fibers, and the example for the natural fibers are cotton, wool, jute, silk. These are all natural fibers, but the fibers made from the chemicals are called it as a synthetic fibers, and the example for the synthetic fibers are polymers and a nylon. So nylon bags you are going to use, isn't it? And the polyesters also. Now we are going to use the polyester dresses, shiny dresses we are going to use, that are nothing but made up of polyesters. That polyester, it is a synthetic product, it is a chemical product, therefore we are going to call it as a synthetic fiber. Then now we are going to see the plant fibers. We are going to study one by one the plant fibers. First one as a cotton, next one as jute, and animal fibers like silk and wool, and finally we are going to study about the synthetic fibers used, considering the examples of polyester and nylon. First I am consider here plant fiber. Under a plant fiber, the cotton fiber. So the question arises, how the cotton fiber will be converted into a cloth. So step by step process are there in here. We are going to use cotton, and that can be get converted into a thread, and that thread will be arranged in a systematic manner to convert into a cloth. Then by applying a color, we get a colored cloths. But how it is goes, we are studying now. Now I am considering here under the plant fibers, first one as a cotton. Mainly cotton is grown in fields. The cotton is grown in fields. The cotton plants are usually grown in the place having black soil and a warm climate. The cotton plants are usually grown in the places in which places the condition of the places will be the soil which is present in that place is a black soil. Where there is a black soil, in that places we are going to grow on the cotton plants. And also the environmental condition, that is, it is a warm climate, it should be a warm climate. Remember, you have to point out in India in which places the cotton will be grown. So a large amount of the cotton will be grown in Gujarat, and second place is the Maharashtra, and third place is our Karnataka. Especially in the North Karnataka, we are going to grow the cotton yield, isn't it? So why? Because our North Karnataka has some black soil, and Maharashtra has a black soil and also warm climate, and Gujarat is also has some black soil and also warm climate. In these conditions, the cotton plants are going to be grown. I got understood. So highest amount of the cotton will be grown in India is in the state of Gujarat. You have to remember. And the second highest state which will grow the cotton is Maharashtra. You have to remember these 2 points. What are the conditions to grow the cotton? Is the soil must be is a black soil, and the environmental condition, it is warm condition. We want to grow the cotton. So the cotton, in the where we are going to get the cotton, in the cotton plants some of the fruits are present. After growing the cotton, some of the fruits are going to be grown in the cotton plant. When that fruits are going to be matured, the fruits are like a lemon size. I got understood. Some of the lemon size fruits are going to be grown in the cotton plant. When the fruits are going to be matured, they are going to be burst. I got understood. After the maturation of the fruits present in the cotton plant, they are going to burst. When they are going to burst, after the maturing, the balls burst and opens, and seeds covered with the cotton fiber we can see. When that fruits which are present in the cotton plant, they are going to burst, the cotton which is present inside the fruit will be comes out. If you are seeing the field, when the cottons are open from the fruit of the cotton plant, that field just looks like a snow covered area. Why? Because the fruits completely burst out, and the cotton will be comes out of the fruit. It just looks like the snowfall, isn't it? It just look like a snowfall. So the cotton will be grown inside the fruit of the cotton plant. When the fruits are going to be matured, it will be burst and the cotton will be comes out. See here, in the cotton fruit, the cotton will be mixed up with the seeds. As you know already, the fruit contains seeds. That's like in the cotton plant also, the fruit contains seeds, and the cotton will be present with the seeds. So first process when we are going to make the thread is nothing but the ginning. We are going to remove the seeds from the cotton. Have got understood? We are going to remove the seeds of the cotton present in the cotton. How we are going to remove? See here. Cotton fiber can be separated by seeds by combing, and this process is called it as a ginning. So when the cotton fruits are going to be burst, the cotton will be comes out from the cotton fruit, and in that fruit some seeds are present with the cotton. In the first step of the conversion of cotton into the fiber, we are going to remove the seeds of the cotton. How we are going to remove? By using combing. The process of separation of the seeds from the cotton, it is nothing but the ginning. It is the first process present in the conversion of cotton into a cotton fabric or a cotton cloth. I got understood what is the first step here. The first step, it is nothing but the ginning. What is ginning? The process of separation of seeds from the cotton by combing. Comb means you have to use comb daily. That's like comb like structure. That comb like instrument will be used in separation of the seeds from the cotton, and that process is called it as a ginning. So it is the first step of the conversion of the cotton into the fiber. I got understood. In first step we are going to separate the cotton fibers from the cotton fruit and by the seeds of the cotton. I got understood. So in this session we studied what is fiber, what is fabric. I got understood what is a strand and what are the types of the fibers, that is a natural fiber and also synthetic fiber. And under the natural fiber we studied about cotton, where we are going to grow the cotton, and another one most important step we are going to study in here, the ginning, the process of conversion, that the process of conversion of the cotton into a cloth. Under that, the first step, it is nothing but the ginning we studied here. Now the cotton will be separated from the seeds by combing, that is by the process of ginning. Now how we are going to make the threads? In the second step, take that separated cotton, place in between the two fingers of your hand. Take that cotton, place in between the two fingers of your hand and gently pull the cotton, isn't it? Gently pull the cotton. So it will becomes as a thread like structure. It will becomes as long as possible, and then you are going to press it and roll it 3 to 2 times. We have to roll it. What you are going to see, the cotton will be converted into a long thread, isn't it? So take some amount of the cotton, place in between the two fingers and gently pull it, and again take it in your hand, in your hand, and roll it 2 to 3 times. The cotton will be get converted into a thread like structure. That is nothing but the conversion of the cotton into a yarn. Now the rough yarn will be prepared here, isn't it? The rough yarn will be prepared here. We are going to use for to convert this cotton into a yarn. Sometimes we are going to use some needles and also some of the instrument called charkas. By using charkas, we are going to convert this cotton into a single yarns. Have to understood. So the process of conversion of the cotton into the yarn, it is nothing but a spinning. What is spinning here? The process of conversion of cotton into the yarn. The process of conversion of cotton. The cotton is like presently the cotton is, it will be present in the like of a ball, cotton ball. Now we are going to make that cotton ball into a thread, into a yarn. How we are going to make? By placing in your hand and gently we pull the cotton, and then we are going to roll the cotton. We convert that cotton into a thread. But that can be done nowadays by the big machines. I got understood. So that can be done by using some of the spectacles called needles, and also by the charkas we are going to convert that cotton into a thread. And the process of conversion of cotton into a yarn, it is nothing but a spinning. You have to understood. So now the cotton will be converted into a yarn like structure. The yarn is not perfectly converted here. Why we are going to convert it? Because we are going to make the cloths, that is fabrics. But how we are going to make the fabrics? By arranging the yarns. It is clear. So first we are going to convert cotton. First we are going to separate the cotton from the seeds by the process of ginning. In the second step we are going to convert that cotton into a yarn by the process of spinning. Is it clear? So in the next session we are going to study about the continued part of this. Thank you.